Fourth and final heat, the final action we'll see from these women tonight on day number 2 of 4 here at the Dubai Fitness Championship. And coming in, you have Sam Briggs in lane number 9, your current leader, over Annie Thorisdottir by 42 points. And this is an event that you're going to safe to say, now we've been wrong kind of all day when it comes to predictions, but it's safe to say that this is an event that Sam Briggs can extend her lead with.
Yeah, if you throw the element of pain into the equation, Sam Briggs is always going to be one up across the field, which I think this is a very painful event. But we have to also keep our eye on Annie Thorisdottir right in the middle of the field, lane number 5. Currently, you see her standing up. Now, she did this earlier in this swim event, and we were thinking that was absolutely crazy for her to do that. Now, granted, she won that event. So maybe in her mind back then, the strategy was, I want to try to win event number 3, not to worry about event number 4, but here she is standing up again. I would not be doing this. However, it also allows her to use a little bit more of her hips and her glutes rather than just her thighs.
And it's not just won the event. The event was specifically the slowest split of 3 1,000-meter bikes,
yep,
coupled in with 100-meter swims. And you're right. I was one that was adamantly against that type of technique, but she crushed everybody.
Yeah.
And so to hold that for 2,500 meters, although it looks so dramatically different than what the other athletes are doing, it worked for her. And now you're talking about 3,000 total meters back into 2,500. Now it's in a total block of 2,500 meters. But when you're looking at how Annie Thorisdottir is holding up, she's right there within 10 to 20 meters of Sam Briggs, who's over in lane number 9.
Well, if you look over on the wide shot there in lane number 9, Samantha Briggs also just started standing up, and that was something that we hadn't seen her do earlier. She usually is comfortable just sitting down, but still, Annie Thorisdottir is standing straight up. Now, for most cyclists, the only time you want to do that is if you are trying to increase your speed as you're going up a hill. Otherwise, efficiency-wise, you're wasting a lot of energy because you're using the big muscles. Now, granted, this is 2,500 meters that they have to do on the bike. So even though she's standing up, she's using her glutes, a lot more of her legs rather than just straight quad. So I have to see if this is going to play into her favor to do this as she goes on to the rower and then have to use the big muscles again.
Top 3 women in this heat are also your top 3 on the leaderboard. Sam Briggs in lane number 9, sitting in first place overall with 520 points. In second is Annie Thorisdottir with 478. And just 30 points behind her, Laura Horvath, sitting in third on the leaderboard, are currently your top 3 in this heat. And what's unique, as we've seen different on the guys' side, is that your top athletes are in this final heat.
Yep.
The guys' side is shotgun across all 4 heats.
Yeah, you know, the guys do make it to where you have to watch all the heats if you want to see the different people in the different places. But Samantha Briggs, once again, doing what she does best. And she looks so calm while she's doing this. Everyone else is working hard. She looks like she's relaxing. And guess what? She has, or at least has, one of the world's record for her weight class on the row. So knowing that that's your second element of this triathlon, the rest of the field has to kind of go, all right, Sam, just go do your thing. I'm going to race everybody else.
Sam in lane number 9, her judge hands in the air, meaning 300 meters remaining in total. Now on the bike, that's about twice as fast you normally see, so probably looking around 30 seconds before she gets off. But Horvath and Thorisdottir are only 20 meters behind her. So we've seen this a lot, is that though it seems like a great distance, if we can see as far as meters on the bike,
right,
time-wise, it's much tighter.
Yeah, it's very close. And so it's going to be about the transition, how fast you can get off the bike and get your feet into the pedal or into the hooks for the rower and start pulling.
And what was 20 to 30 meters was only good for 2 to 3 seconds, as Sam Briggs is to the rower first, and followed closely behind in almost dead succession is Cara Webb, Annie Thorisdottir, and Laura Horvath. Kristen Holta also onto the rower. And so you're talking about a list of athletes who can handle this endurance test. Webb stronger in the legs, able to be more, power per pedal.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it comes to that bike, she was upping to have a higher damper setting, where Annie's trick was to stay standing the entire time. She never sat down at all.
And I still don't think that that's going to be the best way to do that element. We have to see how it's going to affect her on the road, but right now, literally, when you look up at the screen and it says that you're 5 meters behind the leader, with his Laura Horvath, 5 meters on a row is nothing. That's nothing. That's half a stroke, if that, on the row.
4,500 total meters to be completed in this Concept 2 triathlon. 2,500 of it was just completed on the bike. 1,500 is next on the rower. Now, Sam Briggs, who got to the rower first, has conceded some distance to Laura Horvath and Annie Thorisdottir that have moved ahead of Sam Briggs. But ahead, we mean 4 meters. We can see the meter distance. You have a unique setup here that Concept 2 designed specifically for this event, as we can see exactly who's in the lead. For all points and purposes, we have a 3-way tie between Sam Briggs, Laura Horvath, and Annie Thorisdottir. Also your top 3 athletes after 6 events.
I just love how Laura Horvath is really pushing the tempo in lane number 6, and right next to her, lane number 5, Annie Thorisdottir just looks stone cold, relaxed. Look at, you don't see any struggle on her face. She looks very, very focused. And if you look at the board, she's actually starting to pull ahead. Very strong drive. And again, as much as apparently I need to go talk to Greg Hammond after this and find out if standing up on the bike is the key to that thing, because she's been doing it and it seems to really have been worked in her favor, not just on that event, but over the course of the other things that are attached to that event.
Athletes have about 700 meters left to go. 1,500 total on the rower. That's after the 2,500 meters, but that's also after a lot of other stuff that's happened over the last 24 hours. Event number 6, 300 meters of handstand walks and 55 muscle-ups. Earlier before that, 5-rep max snatch. Before that this morning, they got on the buses at 5 o'clock in the morning. It is now 7:30. They have been
a long day. I know, my feet are tired.
For over 12 hours. And that's after everyone got their teeth kicked in on that desert dune run with the 14-pound weight vest.
We've heard a lot of legs so far over the last 2 days. And wow, these ladies are just handling that.
Under 500 meters left to go for your top lead athletes. That's Annie Thorisdottir, Laura Horvath, and Sam Briggs. Just within 10 meters of each other, so a 3-way tie between those 3 athletes coming into the final 400 meters.
You got some ACDC in that battle? Come on. That's what I'm talking about. We're at the 9-minute mark. Let's get crazy, goodbye.
All the hands are up in the air. Now it's just going to be a matter of who's going to be able to handle the pain. About 200 meters or so left, so they all have to be kind of preparing themselves for what's coming up. They've seen and heard from the other women as they've come off the floor what it actually feels like. And again, just looking at your 2 leaders, Samantha Briggs, who pain is not an issue, and Annie Thorisdottir, who's sitting in that 2nd place position in this heat. Stone Cold looks so relaxed. It's like they're inviting that next element. Bring on the pain, because I won't feel it.
Under 100 meters left to go for your top 3 athletes. As we approach the 2-minute mark, we've had at least 4 athletes 20 meters or less shy of completing this event. Sam Briggs off the rower. Annie Thorisdottir off the rower. Horvath off the rower with 1 minute and 50 seconds left to go.
Wow, Samantha is attacking that skier. Look at that. That's ferocious pulling. There's nothing about form or technique there. She's really trying to rip those handles right off of that skier.
Early lead with 400 meters left to go, and 1 minute and 30 seconds is Sam Briggs in lane number 9. Close behind in lanes 5 and 6. You have Annie Thorisdottir, Laura Horvath. Cara Webb has joined the party in lane number 4.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. They want this.
And with just 1 minute remaining, Sam Briggs, Thorisdottir, Horvath have passed the halfway mark. And it's been like this for 3 heats. 3 athletes fighting for that top position. This time around, will we have a time attached to it? Can Sam Briggs win another event? Annie Thorisdottir, Laura Horvath has something to say about it with under 200 meters left to go.
First person crossing the finish line. Briggs wants it back.
150 meters, 30 seconds left. 100 meters left for Sam Briggs.
15 seconds.
Briggs pulling harder than she did when she first started. 10 seconds remaining. Sam Briggs is just less than 5 strokes away. And can Sam Briggs finish?
Oh my gosh! That's almost unfair. That really is almost unfair. The fact that you can come that close and not get it to finish and then not have it count the way you want it to.
I'm not going to tell you how to score your event, but we need to go back to the final meters, because the effort at which we just saw deserves a place difference on the leaderboard.
Oh
Sam
my
Briggs, what a performance.
Yeah. Wow.